Hey guys, this is Fang from the SasuSakuComm, and a couple of us wanted to put together little videos of saying thank you and us reading some of the one-shots that we've written. And so I hope you enjoy it.
Hey guys, this is Hokage, and for SasuSaku Month, I will be reading one of my one-shots that I wrote, and it's titled Pretty Girls Lie, of course. I wrote this from, of course, Sasuke's point of view, and I hope you all enjoy the way I read, because I kind of can't read. So, Pretty Girls Lie. She grew up without a father. She never knew how to love a man. She took pride in breaking hearts and moving on, so I never really stood a chance. And the sparkle in her eyes shines so flawless, she'd be amazed. I was blinded by that interface. It's the sweetest poison when we kissed, and now I have the venom in my veins, believing everything her lips say. Pretty girls lie. The lipstick in her smile makes you want to believe. Pain so deep inside that she can't even see. She had me walking through a maze with my eyes closed trying to find my way. I had my arms out hoping she'd make any type of sound, but she didn't want to be found. But she told me come anyway. Boy, she was a devil in a dress but an angel in the face. Never mine, but she was mine for the night. I always wondered if it was real when she called my name. How she would tenderly touch me in ways no ever girl could. But as soon as I reached out for her, she'd retract. I knew the predicament I was getting myself into playing this gambling game with my feelings. I was that guy. I was everything any single woman in her mid-20s would want. I was successful, I had money, and I was handsome. I was the most eligible bachelor in the whole city. Why not, right? I thought I'd make her fall in love with me and crush her hopes and dreams. When she smiled at me at that mixer, when her friend introduced us because I obviously couldn't stop staring at the way that red dress hugged every curve of her body, spilled so elegantly to the ground I couldn't stop myself. She stuck her hand out and told me it was nice to meet me. Of course it was. I mean, from then we spent the rest of the night together, drinking, talking. We exchanged numbers and I was so excited to prey on her. The days went by and I found myself seeing the vulnerability in her eyes every time we stared at each other. I couldn't allow myself to hurt her. She was delicate, like a flower. The irony. Within a month I fell hard for the girl. She was my worst nightmare. And you'd think everything would have worked out fine. But no. She took advantage of that and used it for a personal gain. She tore me to shreds, and yet here I am, at her front door, being a desperate idiot because I know I saw her for who she really was, and that scares her. She's so used to masking that side of her that the mere thought of someone breaking down that wall so easily freaked her the fuck out. I'm freaked out myself. I fell for a girl I had no intentions on falling for. And I don't want anything in this world but for her to tell me she loves me as much as I love her. Sakura, I yelled into the air as I banged my goddamn fist on the door for the umpteenth time. I've been doing this for an hour or so, and I know her roommate is tired of it, but neither of us care about how he feels. Go away, Sasuke. I could hear her voice muffled from the other end of the door. I told you I didn't want anything to do with you anymore, and I meant that. Sakura, please, just hear me out, okay? Hear more lies? Spare me. Damn it, these aren't lies, Sakura. The door snatched roughly open and I stumbled forward from leaning on it. I caught myself before I fell and looked up seeing a roommate, his blue eyes flickering with annoyance, his blonde hair brushing across his face as he stared at me. She doesn't want to talk to you, he grits, so just leave already. I told you in the beginning, don't mess it up, and you did it anyway. Frowning, I pushed past the blonde and made it safely into the apartment. I found her in the kitchen, pouring herself a glass of wine. I stood there stuck, her face looking so pained. Sakura. My voice cracked saying her name. She froze and looked towards me, her emerald eyes landing on me. How'd you get in here? She says harshly. Get out, Sasuke, Naruto yells, but I shrug him off and walk into the kitchen. Sakura, please, can we talk about this? There's nothing to talk about, Sasuke. Sakura stuck her chin in the air as if she wanted to show how confident she was by standing to her word. Naruto grabbed me by my arm and I snatched away from him. It's not fair, Sakura. How can you make me fall in love with you and then turn from me? I didn't make you do anything, Sasuke. Her eyebrows furrowed together. Naruto grabbed me again, but this time, I didn't struggle. Then right here, right now, with Naruto as our witness, tell me you don't love me. Here I go flipping coins. She's gonna tell me she doesn't love me, so I'd leave her alone. I was stupid of telling her to tell me that. But then again, it's a good thing. It would show me she really doesn't care and I can move on from this. Maybe this is just my sick way of gaining pleasure. Sakura stared at me, blinking slowly. Her eyes traveled from me to Naruto and back to me. I don't love you, Sasuke, she says in the most convincing voice she can muster up. Not even surprised. Shouldn't be. I signed up for this. Right, I say after a moment of silence. I pop my lips and nod. I gently remove Naruto from me and turn to leave. You know, my brother used to tell me pretty girls lie, and I never understood what he meant until now. Maybe next time, Sakura. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's Hokage, signing out.
Hi guys, it's Queen of Fists from SasuSakuComm. We are putting together a video, more like Fane and I. We are reading one-shots from our first one-shot book, and I'm going to be reading Labor Day, which is by our admin Fane. Let's get started. Hey Sasuke, is that you? Sasuke looked up from where he was sitting on the concrete bench on the road leading out to the village. Naruto, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be back at the Hokage's office? Yeah, Naruto shrugged, but I couldn't make myself work on a day like this. It's Labor Day. Oh, right. Sasuke gazed at the sky. That makes sense, I guess. No work on Labor Day. Huh? That is what you said, isn't it? Naruto blinked, giving Sasuke weird looks. Sasuke, did you not hear me? It's Labor Day. I heard you, Dobi. Sasuke nearly shouted. I'm not deaf. Clearly, you didn't. Naruto stood up. It's Labor Day. What are you talking about? Sasuke stood up to face Naruto face to face. Clearly, we're not on the same page. Sasuke. Naruto panted hysterically, like he'd been running. It's into Labor Day. Sasuke grabbed the front of his shirt. Naruto? It's Sakura's going into Labor Day. Sasuke's grip tightened as his twisted face of anger and annoyance suddenly turned into a face of fear and terror. You idiot, why didn't you just say so? Yeesh, sorry. Naruto held up his hands in defense, but you might want to get going. No duh. Sasuke rolled his eyes. With the gesture of a hand sign, he vanished into a cloud of smoke. That afternoon, by the time Sasuke got to the hospital, he arrived just in time to support Sakura and hold his daughter for the first time. Alright, well, that's all that I'm going to be reading. I am back to record another one. So I am going to be reading Fallen, or Falling, I suppose I should say that. It's written by Konoha. So, let's get started. Sakura wasn't a clumsy person, yet somehow she had managed to get herself into all sorts of trouble. It was common knowledge to the kids that leave middle school. So when she slipped on the muddy terrain of the mountain while hiking, she assumed that one of her classmates would realize she was gone. However, 2 hours later, no one had come, and it was getting quite cold. She looked up at the cliff she had somehow fallen off of and sighed. It was small enough that she survived the fall. Her ankle, however, wasn't in the best shape. Back at the camp, the supervising teachers were frantically looking around for the missing Pinkette. It was only the first day of their week-long excursion and they had already having problems. I'll go look for her, Naruto Uzumaki, a close friend of Sakura, shouted out. He quickly grabbed his jacket and ran out of the cabin, leaving a few stunned teachers behind. Sai, Ino Yamanaka, and Hinata Hyuga were quick to follow him, each with concerned looks plastered on their faces. Sasuke Uchiha stayed back a bit, walking out slowly unlike the other four. He wouldn't say that he was close to Sakura like they were, but he had talked to her enough for them to be considered friends. Sasuke knew that Sakura was last seen on the hiking trail, so he went there first. On his search, he came across a few footprints dried into the mud, barely visible in the dim light of the evening. He slowly crept to the edge of what looked like a cliff and peered down.
If his eyesight hadn't been as good as it was, he would have missed the flash of pink, camouflage by the branches sticking out from the foliage around them. "Sakura?" he called out, attempting to lean forward. The spots of pink twisted a bit, and Sasuke could soon make out a face, streaked with a small bit of dirt. "Sasuke, be careful, it's really muddy." Her warning was a bit late, because Sasuke came tumbling down. He let out a groan as he finally made it to the bottom. "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" Sakura shouted, limping towards him. "Yeah," he stuttered and said. "What happened to you?" Sakura sat down next to him. "I kind of slipped and fell down the cliff. I think I sprained my ankle too," she said. Sasuke shook his head. "Only you would do something like that." "Hey, what does that mean?" Sakura shouted, pointing an accusing finger at him. "Nothing. Let's try to get back." Sasuke had tried to get up, but fell back down as a sharp sting went through his leg. He looked down and saw a long cut running along his calf. Sakura hissed as she saw the cut, as if she could feel his pain. "Here, use my scarf to wrap it," she offered, realizing Sasuke had only come with his jacket and a pair of gloves. Sasuke took the pink scarf from her, tying it tightly around the cut. With Sakura's help, Sasuke managed to get up and they began heading down the mountain in silence. Sakura knew Sasuke didn't like talking much, but the silence was driving her insane. "Did you come looking for me alone?" she asked, trying to start a conversation. "No, it was Naruto's idea," he replied, adjusting the arm that was looped around Sakura's shoulders as he limped along with her. "Oh," she mumbled, trying to think of something else to talk about. A question suddenly popped into her mind, and before she could stop herself, she asked it. "Do you like anyone, Sasuke?" If she had known Sasuke for just a bit longer, she would have just realized that he stiffened. "No, why do you ask?" he replied. "No reason. It's just that I thought you had a thing for Naruto," she teased, poking fun at the boy. Sasuke resisted the urge to roll his eyes. Instead, he opted for beating her at her own game. "There is someone that's caught my attention, actually," he said. Sakura snapped her head towards him so quick she swore she almost broke her neck. "You like someone?" she questioned, not believing him. "Yeah, I haven't known her for a long time though," he said, turning the other way to hide his smirk. Are you close to her?" Sakura asked. "No, but she says and does things that amuse me," he explained. "I see," Sakura mumbled, ending the conversation as she thought about what the strange feeling she had in her stomach was. They were eventually found by a couple of teachers. Once they were close to the camp, immediately being brought into a heater. They were given blankets and ordered to stay there until they were warm and their injuries were treated. They had their cuts and Sakura's twisted ankle looked at before they were left alone, sitting in front of a heater. Sasuke got up a few minutes after, saying that he was warm enough and wanted to talk to Naruto. Before he left, he turned to Sakura and said one sentence that flushed her face red. "The girl I was talking about was you." Alright, that's all for this one shot. I hope you liked Konoha Guilds, and I'll see you guys all later. Bye!
For story time today, I will be reading one of my favorite one-shot series that I've written. It's called Legends. Some of you remember this, some of you might not have heard this before, but this is Legends. Sarada Uchiha stepped through the doorway and into the kitchen. She's normally the first one awake, and for some reason her papa was never around in the mornings. She set out 2 bowls and started preparing her breakfast until she heard footsteps down the hallway, and just as she suspected, she recognized the bright red hair. "Good morning." The woman rubbed her eyes, then set her red glasses back into place. Sarada greeted her. "Good morning, Mom." Karen Izumaki walked up to Sarada and gave her a hug. "What's for breakfast this morning?" "Eggs, if we're lucky." Sarada rolled her eyes. "I thought Papa went to the store last night." "I mean, he was out all night, but by the looks of the fridge, it doesn't look like he went to the store." Sarada inspected the empty refrigerator. Where was he last night? Did he ever come back?" "Shanaru." Karen pursed her lips and crossed her arms. "He's probably out training. You know him." "Well," Sarada sat back down. "Maybe. I don't know him as well as you do." Karen set her chin in the palm of her hand. "Well, let's just say he's hard to read at times. That's coming from me." "But you're his wife. Shouldn't you know everything about him?" Karen pursed her lips and ignored her question. "Listen, your papa has had his ups and downs. I know how you feel, but please don't make things hard on him. He's been through things you couldn't imagine, and seeing your smiling face makes us both feel so much better. Please keep that in mind, okay?" Sarada sighed. "I'm going out." "Okay," Karen smiled as she gave Sarada a final pat on the back. "Do a good job out there today." Sure will, I'm your daughter, aren't I? Sarada stuck her tongue out playfully before running out. Karen smiled sadly. You're definitely your father's daughter. 13 years ago. I thought we told you not to exert yourself. It never did you any good, and it could affect you in the future. I know, but I had to do it. It was me or the village. But Sakura, she shook her head. Sorry, but Sorry, but I had to do what I had to do. It's my duty. Sakura, if you die, I'll never forgive myself. It'll be okay. But what about her? The room went silent. Just a few hours ago, Sakura Uchiha gave birth to Sasuke's and her child, Sarada. Then just a little bit after that, she'd fainted and slipped into a coma for 2 hours. In the span of those 2 hours, her heart stopped and her chakra levels drained significantly, far less than even a normal shinobi's chakra supply. Since then, Sarada hadn't stopped crying until she finally woke up. Sakura clutched Sarada close to her as she glanced from Sasuke to Karen, who stood in the doorway. Sakura, Karen swallowed hard. You gave so much during the 4th Ninja War, but you didn't take into account that you might have a child who needs you. It was just a decision in the moment, you know? Sakura sighed, there's no time to think. Why didn't you tell us sooner? Sasuke rubbed his forehead. Didn't anyone else know about this? Lady Tsunade warned me. Sakura chuckled, that using the 100 sealing streets for too long with too much strain can shorten my lifespan. I had to. It was the only way to get Sasuke back. You even used up all your chakra reserves. Sasuke shook his head. Sakura, you should have thought this through. If anything, I never deserved to come back. Sasuke Uchiha. Sakura stood up and walked over to him. Don't you ever say that. Without you, the war could very well be happening today, and the Uchiha clan would have been a goner. Not only that, I don't think I or even Karen would be able to live with ourselves if you were gone forever. And now that we have a daughter, you're worth even more to us than anything, because I have a plan. What? Sakura turned to face Karen. She walked up to her and held the baby out to her. I want you to be Sarada's mom. What? but Sakura... Karen stuttered. I can't. Sasuke stood up. Sakura, are you hearing yourself? I know what I'm saying. Sakura looked at him. If Sarada grows up with a different mom, when my time comes, she'll be fine, because she would never have known me. No, Sakura, Karen grabbed her shoulders. I won't allow this. You have to bond with your own daughter. Not just for her sake, but for yours as well. Sakura, please, Karen's right. Sasuke pleaded. And what will you do? Do we have to live apart? If that's what it takes. Sakura pursed her lips as tears filled her eyes. For her happiness, please don't tell her about my existence or who her real mom is. Naruto needs to know this as well. I supposedly died in childbirth, and Karen came to help you take care of her. Sakura, Sasuke muttered, what will happen to you? I'll stay somewhere else, outside the village. Sakura wiped her eyes. I can take care of everything around the house. Karen pointed a finger at Sasuke. I'll lock you out of the house if I have to, but you need to go stay with Sakura for as long as you can, you hear? Sasuke nodded. Sakura, I'll stay with you when I can, don't worry. I know, Sakura smiled. Karen, I know you'll be a great mother. Sakura, please, do we really have to go through with this? It's not that I don't want to, it's just that you deserve to lead your own life, not by yourself away from the people you love. I know, but Sakura smiled sadly down at Sarada. It's for her own good. We could read through the Kakashi part. Do we really have time to do that? Present day. You look just like your parents. I honestly don't know who that is anymore. Sarada crossed her arms. But I recognize you. You were in that photo too, weren't you? Mm-hmm. The man smiled behind his mask. Aw, you're so cute. You know, Sasuke never really told me about you recently. You make me so happy. Yeah, Sarada rolled her eyes. You're Lord 6th, aren't you? He nodded. Please just call me Kakashi. Okay. Sarada tapped her small cup of tea and glanced back up at him. So do you know who my real parents are? Kakashi smirked and shut his eyes. To tell you the truth, I had no idea about this whole ordeal. I was the only one out of my own squad to not know what was really going on. I mourned Sakura's death. She supposedly died in childbirth, as told by Lord 7. Karen was your official and biological mother, which makes sense because your glasses are the same. That's what I thought, but Sarada tapped her glasses. Who's Sakura, though? Sakura? Kakashi smiled. She's a living legend. Meaning, yes, she's still alive. She still is a member of Team 7, alongside Naruto and Sasuke. So, yes, your papa really is Sasuke. You truly are an Uchiha by blood. However, it's Karen you're asking about? Yeah, well, Papa's been cheating on Mom with Sakura. Cheating? Well, Sasuke's always been a ladies' man, but he only had his heart set on one girl. He would never love anyone if you knew his childhood, but he really fell in love with this girl. Was it Mom? No, it was your mama. Isn't that the same person, Karen? Kakashi chuckled. I'm sorry, but there is a difference. Karen is your mom, but when you were born, you called your real mom Mama. At least that's what Sasuke told me. Hang on, my real mom? Mom isn't... Why is Papa always gone the entire day? You're not going to do anything about the fact that your husband is cheating on you? He's not my... Karen froze. This is a flashback. Sarada, I didn't mean... He's not her husband. Sarada felt tears rush to her eyes. She's not my mom. No. Kakashi muttered. Remove your glasses and you don't really have any other resemblances. When I said you look like your parents, I meant Sakura. Yeah, Sakura Haruno never turned up in the village records because currently her real name is Sakura Uchiha. She's your real mama. Okay, the moment I walked into that dimly lit room, it was as if the atmosphere had completely changed since the last time I came to visit. Mama always had a semblance of cheerfulness on the outside, even though on the inside she was in excruciating pain. According to Mom, you can pierce a sword through my chest, you can beat me with a club, and you can even drop me in a vat of acid, but nothing hurt me more than the scene that unfolded in front of me. There she was lying, weak and fragile, Sakura Uchiha during her last few moments on her deathbed. Next to her, squeezing her hand to his lips, was Papa. Tears stained his face. Sasuke, Karen's voice was muffled. Is she... Sakura, Naruto ran past them all, including Kakashi, who stood behind Sasuke. Sakura, it's me, can you hear me? Wake up. It took all Sakura's remaining energy to open her eyes. Naruto, loud as ever. Naruto laughed as tears of joy and sorrow escaped his eyes. Always has been, always will be. Sakura slowly smiled at him, then to Sasuke, who didn't let go of her hand. She turned slowly to the door. Don't be strangers, you can come in, you know. Sarada took a few cautious steps forward after glancing at her mom and her papa for instruction. She walked up to Sakura, her hands resting on the sheets. Sakura brought her hand up to Sarada's face, running her fingers through her hair. I really wish I could have spent more time with you. Me too. Sarada grabbed Sakura's hand and held it tight as tears ran down her cheeks. Mama, shh, don't cry. You're going to make me cry. You're going to make me cry? Sakura shut her eyes and smiled as tears continued down her face. But there's no reason for you to cry. You have Karen. But Sarada pursed her lips. I just met you and I still have so many questions for you, and Karen and your papa can answer them, I'm sure. They're fairly smart people. Sakura grinned at Karen, who smiled back. Sasuke murmured, Sakura, you had something for Sarada? Oh yes, here. Sakura weakly pulled out a scroll. I made this after you were born with the hopes that if I ever saw you, I could get it to you. Or even if not, I would get it to you somehow. This is... Karen read the scroll over Sarada's shoulder. Yep, Sakura grinned. I can't take this. But how's my legacy going to get passed on if everything I learned just disappears along with me? Besides, you're my daughter. I think you deserve to learn this anyway. Sarada wiped her eyes on the back of her hand and grinned. This is the training method that Lady Hokage taught you, isn't it? Yes, it is. I want you to learn that, and alongside your Sharingan, if you awaken the 100 Ceilings Jutsu, you could very well be the greatest kunoichi after me. Sakura smiled. Carry on my legacy, okay? Sarada smiled. Uh-huh. Sakura let out a long, heavy sigh as she leaned further back onto her pillow. I don't want anyone crying, okay? Just go on and pretend nothing had happened to me. Okay, Naruto? Uzumaki shook his head and wiped his eyes. How can we pretend like we didn't lose someone we love? Sakura, there's nothing you can do about it. Sakura pursed her lips. Smile a little bit, for goodness sake. I won't be gone forever. I'll be back, just watch. Sasuke climbed under the bed and hugged her and Sarada. Yeah, you will. Mama, Sarada wiped her eyes. Promise us. Sakura looked at her and smiled, tears still falling from her eyes. I'm sorry, Sarada, I can't make promises I can't keep. Sasuke shut his eyes and hid his face in her hair as his shoulders shook with sobs. Papa, I didn't know you were one to cry, Sasuke. Sakura chuckled as she stroked his hair with one hand and hugged Sarada tighter with the other. Don't be so weak. Sasuke's voice cracked. You're still annoying. I know, Sakura grinned. Don't let Sarada or Karen down, you hear? I wouldn't dream of it. Of course not. Sakura cried as she turned his head and kissed him, then looked back at Sarada. You listen to your papa and mom, you hear? I know, Sarada wiped her eyes and only cried even more. Shanaru. Sakura chuckled weakly as her grip on them started to weaken as well. Sarada felt this and grabbed Sakura's arm. No, Mama. Give it up, Sarada, Sakura sighed. I feel so weak. Sakura. Naruto went to the edge of her bed. Sakura, no. Please stay a little longer, Sakura. Karen ran to their side. No. Sakura shut her eyes. It's fine, I'll be back before you know it. Sasuke held her tighter. She turned to look at him. Her hand shook as she took the last of her strength to bring it up to his face. I love you. He cried even more as he watched her use the last of her energy to kiss Sarada's forehead just before her arms fell from him and from their daughter, and her eyes shut but never opened again. There's still part 8, but I'm not going to read that because for those of you who haven't actually read this yet, you're in for a treat. Yeah, thank you for all your support. This is what we wanted to do for SasuSaku Month, and to celebrate this wonderful couple between Sasuke and Sakura. We can go on and on about this, but hey, we don't have much time. Thank you to Hokage and Queen of Fists for contributing to this fun project. I only remember you as Peach Stain, but thank you, Peach Stain, for starting this amazing community. You all are so blessed to have her. We hope we can provide you with more and more one-shots and fan art and analyses, and I'm just so proud of this community, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. We always ask people this. If you have any suggestions, we are totally open to requests. We are always looking for something new to write every day, and we'd love to hear from you guys. Please comment, please reach out to us, send us private messages. We would love to reply. Keep commenting, keep voting, keep reading, keep writing, and hopefully the SasuSakuComm can keep you updated. Please tell us what we can do to improve, because there are so many things we can do to help you guys enjoy your experience so much more. So this is Fang, One-Shot Admin, on behalf of the whole OneShot Squad. Here we have Era Habaki, previously Perfectly Insane, Konoha Guild, Queen of Fists, Natsume Senju, Hokage, Snowstorm Jinx, Leah Valdez 16, GXY Horror, previously Shizzle Cake, Amusement, Roaring Tides Illusions, Mastership S, I am Julian06, and Teresa Uchiha, and Utopian Babe. We'd like to thank you all for all of your support. We couldn't have done any of this without you. Please message us, please get a hold of us. We'd love to talk to you, and we'd love to hear from you. We love all your feedback and your comments. Please tell us what we can do to improve this wonderful community. And thank you so much, you guys. Please continue to read our stuff. We love it. We love you. And thank you. See you guys soon.